July 19th, 2022. Halfcast 327, episode 327. Let's go. Of course, I have a few things to share with you guys. An evening of reflection. Shall we? Woman arrested after allegedly leaving children in car to fight with boyfriend. Since I've been doing this, I've seen an overwhelming amount of articles where children are left unattended in these vehicles, especially during the summertime. That's a huge problem. But now, recently, it's been people pulling carjackings and people pulling car thefts with the children in the back seat, and some of them notice the kids and some of them just don't care. A woman was arrested after reportedly leaving her two children in a vehicle in order to go inside a home and fight her boyfriend, according to law enforcement officials. What were they fighting over? I want to know now. The arrest stems from a report received by Santa Clarita Valley Sheriff Station deputies on Thursday regarding a possible domestic violence incident on the 24,200 block of Bamboo Drive and Newhall. Run his ass over like a responsible mama bear, but damn it, you don't leave the cubs. As deputies arrived on the scene, they observed two children, 7 years old and 3 years old, seated in a vehicle unsupervised and unsecured, said Deputy Natalie Arriaga, a spokeswoman for the SCB Sheriff Station. Deputies took custody of the children and moved them to a safe location. Upon finding the kids, responding deputies also reported hearing loud banging from a nearby apartment, because most likely now you're looking at some sort of mandatory CPS review. It doesn't look good for number one, you left the kids unattended, and number two, you left the kids unattended to go participate in a domestic dispute. They then approached the apartment and contacted a female adult, later identified as the suspect, who was uncooperative and throwing items in the home, said Arriaga. As deputies attempted to detain the female, a brief struggle ensued. With the help of assisting units, deputies were able to detain the female without further incident, according to Arriaga. During investigation, deputies learned the female and her ex boyfriend engaged in a verbal altercation. We all know that wasn't her ex when all this was going on. It would be better to say it was her then boyfriend. While in the vehicle, said Arriaga, they then exited the vehicle, leaving the kids behind, and continued arguing in the apartment, leading to a physical altercation. Honestly, what type of boyfriend is someone fighting with that won't even say, "Hey, I know we're having an argument. We kind of getting into it right now, but first get those kids." The woman, a 29-year-old Newhall resident, was arrested on suspicion of child endangerment. She was booked into the SCB Sheriff Station and subsequently released on citation to appear in court at a later date. The boyfriend, now it's the ex, Arriaga said, it's a time thing, was not present at the time of the deputy's investigation. Next up, Connecticut man pulled gun on two women who didn't thank him for holding door open. I get it. Common courtesy is dying out, and it's dying out pretty damn fast. But for someone to chase the gratification that comes along with just doing something nice for somebody, that's a whole different level of selfishness. Then you have to look at it like, how do you get mad at someone for doing something that absolutely nobody asked you to do in the first place? A Connecticut man seemingly upset he didn't get the thanks he thought he deserved, pulled the gun on two women at a Family Dollar store, where this behavior grows like mold at the bottom of a refrigerator. They were shopping at a Family Dollar. They were probably taught to not make any eye contact and don't accept any gifts from anyone. Joshua Murray, 25, has been charged with carrying a pistol without a permit, 2 counts of second-degree breach of peace, and interfering with a police officer. Connecticut charges always sound like they should be read off a scroll by someone in a powdered wig. The Hampden Police Department announced Sunday around 3:15 p.m. Saturday, Murray held the Family Dollar door open for two women who failed to thank him for his kindness. A witness told police maybe they could have said thank you, or maybe they just got the vibe that you weren't doing it from the heart. We all encounter these people every day who act like they're performing these gestures out of kindness, but really is for their own gratification. Two officers tracked him down a few streets over, and he was taken into custody. According to the Hampden Police Department, officials did not elaborate on the arrest or why Murray was charged with interfering. He is being held on a $25,000 bond and is due back in court on August 2nd. I think interfering in this case means that maybe he hid the gun, maybe he tried to ditch the gun when they caught up to him, like interfering with the investigation. Next up, man accused of stealing $22,000 in $1 bills from strip club. Yeah. Where all other business models fail, TNA will forever be recession proof. A man has been accused of robbing a strip club in Providence, Rhode Island at gunpoint Monday afternoon. How much of that money do you think came from his patronage? The man reportedly made off with the $3,500 that the manager of Cadillac Lounge, yeah, sounds real prestigious, top tier, was counting at the time. Yoink! In addition to money in the safe, which contained $22,000 in $1 bills per ABC affiliate station, the outlet later reported that police arrested the man, 30-year-old Jonte Good, and charged him with armed robbery. How much of that money do you think he planned on putting back into the strip club after he came home and changed tracksuits? According to the law information website FindLaw, a person who was found guilty of robbery with the use of a dangerous weapon in Rhode Island may face at least 10 years or more in jail, a fine of no more than $15,000 or both. He has plenty, he has it in singles. In 2020, a handgun was used 33,296 times during a robbery. Statista reported personal weapons, other firearms, and knives are among other weapons commonly used during a robbery. Eddie Mondi, the manager of the Cadillac Lounge, told WLNE that the alleged robber, I just picture him in a polyester suit jacket and a shirt that has a butterfly collar, told WLNE that the alleged robber told him to open a specific safe. Amandi said he believes Good had information about which safe contained more money. As I'm facing the safe, I'm taking out some of the cash. It was loose cash, and a gun goes to my head. And he says, it's a robbery. He said, somebody set him up. Speaking, probably one of the dancers. Speaking with WPRI, Amandi wondered why the suspect did not care about the safe that was already open. You can see there's money in here, he told the outlet. He said, no, not that safe. I want the money that's in that one. What does that tell you? Yeah, somebody set you up. Good reportedly wore a mask to disguise himself during the ordeal, but police said a man who bore a resemblance to the alleged suspect was spotted at a Walgreens. They caught him buying a ton of Walgreens brand freezer foods, paying with all singles. He was subsequently arrested. Newsweek reached out to the Providence Police Department and the Cadillac Lounge for comment. Next up, Maryland man pepper sprays, stabs deli shop worker for trying to stop him from stealing tip jar. Say you're going out sad without saying you're going out sad. At least the last guy had enough dignity to rob the titty bar. A Maryland man is now in police custody after he attacked a deli worker. And mind you, being that he assaulted the worker, he's going to be in more trouble than the guy who robbed the strip club for stealing bus fare. At around 12:38 p.m. on Thursday, 32-year-old Bryant Wack reportedly stole a tip jar from Max's Kosher Cafe, which is located on the 2300 block of University Boulevard in Gaithersburg. Fox News reports Wack nabbed the jar from under the establishment's counter when a worker described as an adult male tried to stop him as he was exiting the store. Bryant allegedly pepper sprayed and stabbed him before taking off running. There are no details on how the victim is currently doing, but he was reportedly immediately taken to a nearby hospital with serious injuries. Oh, depending on how bad this man's injuries turns out to be, he might just be up for attempted murder. Police caught up with Wack when he was fleeing behind a laundromat. Wack is being held without bond. He's facing a first-degree assault charge, Fox News reports. Did he even have a chance to open the jar and put the money in his pocket? Because I honestly think an exit strategy would definitely not come along with a plan of stealing a tip jar. I don't think we had any winners tonight. Fun show. Fun show. Fun show. That being said, I'm going to wrap this one up, but I'll be sure to talk to you guys very, very soon. Adios.